Hello and welcome to Meowtingz extra level review of Unknow 9 Awakening. A huge thanks to Bandai Namco for providing us with a review code just for this game. Unknow 9 Awakening is a new action-adventure game from Bandai Namco that blends magic abilities with stealth gameplay. Kind of reminiscent of the Assassin's Creed or Metal Gear Solid era, the game follows the main character Haruna, a character on a path of revenge, as she discovers her ability to tap into mystical forces known as the Fold. These powers allow her to perform impressive feats, but the game's execution leaves a little bit to be desired. I'm going to start with some negatives, because I feel like there are some positives in this game, but I really want to talk about some of the bits that bug me, and I feel like these need talking about first, so then we can, push on to the lighter things and the nicer things of this game. First off, the game feels a little bit sluggish, and I don't know why. Even from the cutscenes, it feels like we're not even utilizing 60 FPS. It's not even sure if we're using 30 here. I kind of feel like every cutscene or any area feels a little bit sluggish or jagged, and even though the cutscenes are really pretty, it feels really slow and slower than it needs to be. Take a look at this clip here.
You called him a pupil.
Did I?
No hidden nooks this time.
This game came out completely under the radar, and I feel like it kind of came out at a time where it probably didn't want to come out, because when you look at other games that were released in the same sort of window, it's been pretty difficult to get any publicity around when you're looking at Silent Hill, Sonic, and Metaphor right now, which have came out in the last couple of weeks alone. The story starts with Haruna's journey to uncover her abilities and seek revenge. However, the emotional depth of her story is lacking, with weak writing and clunky scene direction making it hard to connect with her journey. The lore is rich and detailed, but the pacing feels disjointed, and the cutscenes often jump around awkwardly. The start feels quite confusing, I'll be honest. It kind of throws you in at the deep. It actually puts you straight in at, I believe the Fold, as you're Haruna walking through this mysterious place where you have no idea, and it kind of just feels a bit odd. No sort of speech, you get an initial cutscene, but other than that, there's no real explanation as to why you're there or what you're doing. The Fold can be accessed or interacted with by using shade braces. They're kind of like a bridge between the two worlds. This was explained really early on by your friend Reika, who very sadly perishes, and that's the reason behind Haruna's quest for revenge. The game forces players into repetitive combat encounters with little variation, making the experience quite monotonous. However, I also found that a lot of AI or a lot of enemies do tend to just block everything, which is really annoying, because you're trying to get into a combo here, and you're forcing yourself to have to remove that with a block attack or like a block removal. Going back to the lore aspect, there is a lot to collect in this game, and you can even check this out in the journal that you can collect during the game. So there are lots of things to look for, and it helps explain a lot more about this game than it does on the surface. The stealth system itself is so simple. You kind of just press the one button, and then they can't see you, even if they're looking right in front of you, and you never get caught. You can just go up behind them afterwards and then knock them out. Continuing on with gameplay, there are many moves that Haruna can do. Mostly, I used takedown a lot. It was really fun to do. Basically, you're like removing the soul from the body, and it just looked epic. I just couldn't stop using this move. There was Crush, which basically pushes... It's almost like a force push in Star Wars, where you can push enemies into things, and that would then interact and react with, say, an explosive barrel, and then they would explode alongside the barrel. And it was actually really good fun to use. Another one, which was really interesting, was Step. So this was kind of, I think, the one that's been promoted mostly during trailers and explanations of this game, where you can replace the soul of the body that you're moving to, but it's only for a short period of time. Going back onto lore now, but the longer that a soul remains in the Fold, the harder it is to get back into the host body, which means that if something gets force pushed away, your body might not come back to normal, or you might not be able to get back into your body. Another cool thing I would say is that the bracelets had another good use. So you could use these for lighting as well. So I was just walking through some darker caves and they decided to light up, which is fantastic. It gives me an extra bit of light. There's a large skill tree which allows you to upgrade your abilities and your skills, and you can do these by finding anomalies, and that allows you to have new skill points or genosis points. And the genosis points will basically allow you to select a specific ability, and then you've then got that. On the skill tree, you've got 3 different categories. One's stealth, one's Umbric abilities, which is the crush, step, peek, etc. And then the final one is combat. See, I'm playing on the PS5, and the cutscenes feel really jumpy, and I don't know why, but there's just something about it that just doesn't feel right, and I don't know whether they need to make some changes or not, and I need to kind of look out for some patch notes that might be coming here or there. But at the minute, it's really difficult to follow some of these cutscenes. Visually, the game doesn't really stand out. The textures are fairly simplistic, but some of the areas do look quite pretty, so there is a nice little balance here. I'm sort of on the fence. It doesn't like peak in certain areas, but some other areas do look really nice. Like, for example, the starting area, you're in a desert, and the desert looks good. There are definitely some performance issues, such as stuttering and frame drops, and that does, you know, make the experience a little bit more difficult to enjoy. While Unknow 9 Awakening had the potential to be a strong debut for a new franchise, it's definitely held back by some uneven storytelling, outdated gameplay mechanics, and technical issues. I would say that, put it together with the other timeline that they have, this could be a really good franchise, and if they make a few changes to this and a little bit of patch here and there, this game could really work. And alongside the anime and the comics that they're pushing out, this could be a very, very interesting franchise later down the line. I just feel like it's just not ready yet, and I feel like if in a few months' time or maybe a year, it might be in a much better place. One weird thing I will say is during the gameplay, there's no real HUD. It doesn't really explain where you need to go, show you any points of interest, or even like an idea as to on a map or a position of where it should be sending you. Kind of just throws you around and lets you explore, which I mean some people might enjoy, but for me I really was looking for some sort of guidance as to which way I should be going here. Even if the game is linear, it would be quite nice to point to look for something here, look for something there, but it didn't actually give you anything. Again, thanks so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed my honest review. I feel like there are some real good opportunities here that they could utilize, and if with a few patches, like I said before, this game could work really well. But for currently, I just feel it's not playable. I mean, you can play it, but you might have to expect bits that aren't there, that need to be there, if I'm honest. But on that note, thank you so much. See you soon. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more gaming stuffs. It's Meowtingz. Thanks for watching. Bye.